The big ship came down from the sky on a Tuesday morning. It landed in a field outside Seoul, South Korea. The ship was smooth and silver, like a giant teardrop. For 3 days, it just sat there. The world held its breath. On the third day, door opened. 3 aliens walked out. Dr. Han Jun watched them from the Human Welcome Center, a building put up quickly just for this meeting. He pushed his glasses up and took a deep breath. "They look like tall lizards," said Kim Dae beside him. She wore a military uniform with many medals. Her short hair was tied back, and her eyes never left the aliens. "Beautiful scales," said Park, son, writing fast in her notebook. "Look at the colors." The alien skin shimmered blue, green, and purple in the morning light. Han Jun nodded. As head of the human team, he felt the weight of the world on his shoulders. "Let's go meet them." The 3 Koreans walked across the field. Behind them were 20 soldiers and 10 other scientists. But only Han, Kim, and Park would talk to the aliens first. The tallest alien stepped forward. It had 3 eyes in a triangle on its face. When it spoke, its mouth moved strangely, but the words came out as clear Korean. "I am Ambassador Tull of the Vexari Empire. We bring greetings from the Galactic Council." The alien put one hand on each of the others. "This is Mox, our science leader. This is Drin, our culture expert." Han Jun bowed slightly. "I am Dr. Han Jun. I welcome you to Earth. This is Lieutenant Colonel Kim Dae of our Defense Forces and Professor Park Sun, our expert on communication." The aliens copied the bow, bending forward stiffly. "We have watched your planet for 50 years, said Tull. "The Council sent us to decide if humans can join the galactic community. Or if we are a problem to be fixed," Kim Dae said quietly. Her hand rested on her gun. Tull's 3 eyes blinked one after another. "You understand clearly. Good." Park Sun stepped forward with a smile. "We have set up a meeting place. Would you join us to talk more comfortably?" The aliens followed the humans to the Welcome Center. Inside, there were tables, chairs, and screens showing Earth information. The room had been made to look friendly, with plants and art from many human cultures. As they sat down, Mox, the science leader, pulled out a small device. It made a soft humming sound as he pointed it at Han Jun. "What is that?" Kim Dae asked, sharply. "A scanner," Mox said. His voice was higher than Tull's. "It reads biology. It is not harmful." "May I see the results?" Han Jun asked. He was a scientist first, and very curious. Mox looked at Tull, who nodded. The alien handed over a small screen with strange symbols and colors. "Thank you," Han said, even though he couldn't read it. "We will share our medical information with you as well." For the next few hours, they talked about basic things. The Vexari came from a planet with 3 suns. Their empire had 57 worlds. The Galactic Council had 500 member species. And how many of these species are like humans? Park Sun asked. The 3 aliens looked at each other. Drin, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. "None are like humans. You are." He searched for a word. "Unusual." "How so?" Han asked. "Your biology," Mox said. "It is very strange. You eat things that would kill other thinking beings." Kim Dae laughed. "Like what?" "This morning I saw you drink a brown liquid that has enough poison to kill 3 Vexari," said Mox. "Coffee?" Han smiled. "Yes, caffeine is technically a poison. Plants make it to kill insects." "Yet you drink it for pleasure," Tull said, his scales changing color slightly. "And you eat plants that burn, seeds that poison, and fermented foods, full of bacteria." Park Sun nodded. "Human food culture is very diverse. Some of our favorite foods started as ways to survive hard times." The aliens whispered to each other in their own language. Their tails twitched. "Would you give us a tour of your facility?" Tull finally asked. "Of course," Han said. As they walked, Han showed them the labs where scientists studied space and physics. Kim Dae showed them a training room where soldiers practiced. Park Sun showed them a room full of books and art from Earth. In the lunch room, humans were eating their midday meal. The aliens stopped and watched. What is that red food? Mox asked, pointing to a woman eating. Kimchi, Park's son explained. Cabbage with spicy red pepper, fermented with salt. And that man is putting firewater in his mouth, Drin said, sounding shocked. Kim Dae looked where he pointed. Hot sauce? Yes, many humans enjoy spicy food. And that one drinks poison again, Tull said, watching a man with a coffee cup. Han Jun started to understand. Are you saying that most aliens don't eat these things? These would kill most species, Mox confirmed. Your tolerance for toxins is concerning. Kim Dae's eyes narrowed. Concerning how? Tull's scales flashed colors. If humans can live, with such poisons in their bodies, what else can they survive? What might they do to other species, perhaps by accident? The room felt colder suddenly. Han Jun saw the problem. The aliens feared humans because of something as simple as food. We should show you that humans are peaceful, Han said carefully. We want to be friends. The aliens stepped away from the lunchroom. They talked in their language again, tails moving fast. Finally, Tull turned back. We will have more meetings. But first, we must report to our ship. The three aliens bowed, stiffly again. We will return tomorrow. After the aliens left, the three Koreans met in Han's office. They're afraid of us, Park's son said, still writing notes. Because we can eat spicy food? Kim Dae shook her head. That's ridiculous. Not to them, Han said, thinking hard. To them, we might seem like monsters who drink poison for fun. Imagine if you met someone who drank gasoline with breakfast. What do we do? Park asked. We need to show them we're not dangerous, Han said. We need to build trust. Back on their ship, the three aliens were having their own meeting. Humans are too dangerous, Mox said. Their bodies can handle toxins that would kill us. If they ever attacked our worlds, we cannot recommend destroying their planet without more information, Tull said. The Council needs better reasons. Drin tapped his claws together. We need a test to see how strong they really are. Mox's eyes lit up. I have an idea. We will invite them to eat with us. A dinner? Tull asked. Yes, Mox said. But the food will contain compounds that should make humans sick. Not deadly, but enough to show their weakness. If they get sick easily, they are not a threat, Drin said, understanding. And if they do not get sick? Tull asked. The three aliens were quiet for a long time. Then we have a problem, Mox finally said. Tull looked out the window at the Earth. Send the invitation. Tell the humans we wish to share a meal tomorrow night. A dinner of friendship. As the sun set over Seoul, Han Jun sat in his office, reading everything he could find about alien contact stories. Kim Dae checked security plans. Park Sun wrote a report about the first meeting. None of them knew what the next day would bring or how a simple dinner would change the future of both species forever. On his desk, Han's computer chimed. A new message from the alien ship. Invite you to join us for a meal aboard our vessel tomorrow evening. To share food is to build understanding between worlds. Han smiled and wrote back, We accept with pleasure. The first test of humanity had begun. News of the dinner spread fast. By morning, the whole world knew the Korean team would eat with the aliens that night. Han Jun woke early. He had not slept well. In his dreams, he sat at a table with the aliens but could not pick up his fork. He shook the dreams away and got ready for the day. At the welcome center, Kim Dae was already working. She had maps of the alien ship spread out on a table. They sent these last night, she said without looking up. For security reasons. Han looked at the maps. The ship was bigger inside than it looked from outside. The dining room was near the center. Do you trust these maps? He asked. Kim Dae shook her head. No, but it's better than nothing. Park Sun came in with 3 cups of coffee. She put one in front of each of them. The poison that would kill 3. Vexari, she said with a smile. Drink up. They all laughed, but then grew serious again. What do you think they want from this dinner? Han asked. Park sipped her coffee. In human culture, sharing food builds trust. Maybe it's the same for them. Or Maybe they want to see what we can eat, Kim said. Remember how interested they were in our food. Han nodded slowly. We need to be careful but not rude. This dinner could be very important. I've been studying everything we know about their biology, Park said. She pulled out her tablet and showed them pictures of the Vexari homeworld. Their planet has heavy metals in the soil that would kill Earth plants. Maybe their food has these metals too. So we might not be able to eat their food, Han said. Or it might make us sick, Kim added. Han thought for a moment. We should bring emergency medical kits and maybe some of our own food just in case. Would that be rude? Park asked. Better rude than dead, Kim said. Just then, a message came. The aliens would send a small ship to pick them up at sunset. They could bring 3 more people with them. Who should we take? Han asked. Dr. Lee from the medical team, Kim said at once. Good choice, Han agreed. And Ms. Song, our translator in case their language system fails. And Mr. Yoon from the Food Safety Board, Park added. He can test anything before we eat it. They spent the rest of the day getting ready. Around the world, people sent messages of support. The president called to wish them luck. Han's mother called to tell him to be polite and not to talk with his mouth full. At sunset, they gathered outside. The 6 Koreans wore their best clothes. Han, Kim, and Park wore special pins that showed the Earth and Korean flags together. Small silver craft floated down from the big ship. It had no windows, just a door that slid open. Inside were soft seats and gentle lights. No going back now, Kim whispered as they climbed in. The ride up was smooth. Through a screen on the wall, they could see Earth getting smaller below them. In just minutes, they reached the main ship. Drin, the culture expert, met them at the door. His scales were a soft purple color today. Welcome to our vessel, he said with a bow. Please follow me. They walked through halls with curved walls. The air smelled like cinnamon and metal. Strange lights pulsed along the floor, guiding their way. Your ship is beautiful, Park said. Thank you, Drin replied. It is very old. It has carried my people between stars for 300 of your years. They came to a large door that slid open to reveal the dining room. It was a strange mix of human and alien styles. The table was low, like in a traditional Korean home, but the chairs were tall with special holes for the aliens' tails. The walls showed moving pictures of both Earth and the Vexari homeworld. Ambassador Tull and Science Leader Mox waited for them. They wore shiny robes with symbols that glowed. We are honored by your presence, Tull said. Han bowed. We are grateful for your invitation. They sat down, humans on one side, aliens on the other. At each place was a set of eating tools. Some looked like forks and spoons. Others were strange shapes the humans didn't recognize. We have studied your eating customs, Drin said. And we have tried to make food that will be interesting to you. Kim gave Han a look. There was that word again. Interesting. Mox pressed a button on the table. A section of the wall opened and 3 more aliens came in carrying trays. These Vexari were smaller, with duller scales. Our food servers, Tull explained. They will bring 7 courses, representing the 7 shared values of all intelligent life. The first course arrived. It was a bowl of blue liquid that glowed softly. Essence of Zaltar, Tull said. From our homeworld Southern Sea. It represents courage, the first value. Mr. Yoon quietly took a small sample with a testing device hidden in his sleeve. He looked at the results and gave a tiny nod to Han. No deadly poisons. Han lifted his bowl. On Earth, we often toast before a meal, to new friendships. The aliens copied him, lifting their bowls. To new friendship, they repeated. Han took a small sip of the blue liquid. It was warm and tingly on his tongue. Then suddenly his mouth felt hot. Very hot. It was like eating a very spicy pepper, but different. The heat spread down his throat. The aliens watched him closely. Their eyes didn't blink. Han smiled. It's warming. Reminds me of very strong ginger tea. The other humans tried it too. Ms. Song's eyes watered a little. Dr. Lee looked surprised but not upset. It's spicy, Park said, but good. The aliens looked at each other. Mock seemed surprised. You find it pleasant? He asked. Kim took another sip. It's strong, but yes. What do you call this flavor? We call it Zin, Drin said. It cleans. The blood. The next course came, small green squares on shiny plates. Protein cubes from the mountains of our third colony, Tull explained, representing harmony, the second value. Again, Mr. Yoon secretly tested it. Again, he nodded. The humans tried the green squares. This time, a strange thing happened. Han's tongue went numb, then started to tingle. His stomach felt warm. Then, tight, not painful but strange. Interesting texture, he said politely. It feels alive in my mouth. Park looked excited. It makes my tongue buzz. Is that normal? The aliens were watching even more closely now. Mox kept checking a small device in his hand. Yes, the buzzing is normal, Tull said slowly. You enjoy this feeling? It's new, Kim said with a shrug. But not bad. On Earth, we have foods that make your mouth numb too, like Szechuan peppercorns. You have foods that cause numbness. On purpose? Mox asked. His scales were changing to a bright green color. Sure, said Dr. Lee. Many cultures enjoy sensations like numbness, burning, or tingling in food. The aliens whispered to each other in their own language. Their tails twitched. The meal continued this way through 5 more courses. Each new food caused strange feelings. One made the humans see bright colors when they closed their eyes. Another made their fingers tingle. A third made sounds seem louder for a few minutes. With each course, the aliens seemed more surprised. By the last course, a fizzy yellow drink that made the humans feel lightheaded, Tull's scales had turned almost white. You have eaten everything, he said. And you are, well? Very well, Han said with a smile. The meal was unforgettable. Could we possibly get the recipe for that blue soup? Park asked. It was amazing. Mox dropped the device he was holding. It clattered on the floor. Recipes? He repeated. You want to make these foods yourselves? If that's allowed, Han said. We would love to learn more about your cooking. The 3 aliens looked at each other for a long time. Ambassador Tull, Kim said, her voice serious but kind. Did you expect this food to make us sick? The room went very quiet. Tull's scales slowly returned to their normal blue color. Not sick, he said finally. Just uncomfortable. These foods contain compounds that affect most species strongly. You were testing us, Han said. It wasn't a question. Yes, Tull admitted. We needed to know how resistant you are. Instead of being angry, Park Sun laughed. And we passed your test by asking for seconds. After a moment, Drin began to make a huffing sound that might have been Vexari laughter. Humans, he said, are full of surprises. As they prepared to return to Earth, Tull took Han aside. Tomorrow, the ambassador said, we should talk more about your remarkable species. Han nodded. We would like that. And maybe we can invite you to try some human food next time? Tull's scales flashed many colors at once. That, he said, would be interesting. The next morning, the news was everywhere. The dinner had gone well, the humans had not gotten sick. The world breathed a little easier. Han Jun sat in his office, writing his report. There was a knock at the door. Come in, he called. Park Sun entered carrying a large box. The alien sent this, she said, putting it on his desk. It just arrived. Han opened the box carefully. Inside were 3 small containers with the blue soup from last night. Is that what I think it is? Park asked, eyes wide. Han picked up a note card with strange symbols and Korean writing. It says, as requested, essence of Zoltar. Caution, may cause sensory enhancement in humans. Park clapped her hands. They gave us the recipe. Kim Dae came in and saw the containers. Are they trying to poison us again? No, Han said, smiling. They're sharing their culture with us. This is a good sign. We should share back, Park suggested. We're having them for dinner tonight at the Welcome Center. What should we serve? They talked for an hour. They wanted to show Earth foods that might seem strange to aliens. They chose kimchi, coffee, dark chocolate, wasabi, and soju. Foods that are technically poisons, but humans love, Han explained. It will help them understand us. At noon, a message came from the alien ship. Ambassador Tull wanted to meet Han alone before dinner. Just the two of them. It could be a trap, Kim warned. Or a chance to build trust, Park said. I'll go, Han decided. But keep a communication link open. At 3 o'clock, Han walked alone to a small meeting room in the Welcome Center. Tull was already there, his scales a calm blue color. Thank you for coming, Dr. Han, the alien said. Thank you for the soup, Han replied. It was thoughtful. Tull's 3 eyes blinked in sequence. I want to speak honestly with you. Please do. When we first saw humans, we were afraid, Tull said. Your kind can live in many environments that would kill other species. You eat things that would kill us. You even enjoy them. We don't mean to scare you, Han said. I understand that now, but the Galactic Council will still be concerned. Tull's voice was serious. Some will want to keep humans away from other worlds. Han thought carefully before speaking. Because we might be dangerous by accident? Yes. Imagine if you breathed out a gas that killed others but was normal for you, like how our carbon dioxide would poison some Earth creatures. Han nodded. I understand the worry. But I have been thinking, Tull continued, maybe this difference can be good, not bad. Humans could live on worlds no one else can use. You could eat foods no one else can eat. We could be helpful, Han suggested. Yes. But I must convince the Council of this. Tonight's dinner is important. I need to show them humans are not just strong, but also kind. Han smiled. We'll do our best. And the food you sent, it shows trust. It helps. Tull's scales shifted to a light purple. There is something you should know. The food we gave you last night, on our world we use it to clean heavy metals from the soil. It is not something we eat. Han was shocked. You gave us cleaning chemicals? They are safe for us to touch but too strong to eat. We thought they would make you uncomfortable, not sick. We did not expect you to enjoy them. Han started to laugh. He couldn't help it. What is funny? Tool asked. On Earth we have a plant called a lemon. It's so sour it makes your face pucker. We use it to clean things, but we also put it in drinks and food because we like the sour taste. Now Tull made his huffing laugh sound. Perhaps we are not so different. That evening, the Welcome Center was ready. The dining room had been decorated with items from many Earth cultures. The table was set with dishes from Korea, China, Japan, India, and many other countries. The 3 Vexari arrived in their shiny robes. More humans had joined the dinner. Government officials, scientists, and even a famous chef. Everyone sat around the large table. Han stood to give a welcome speech. Tonight we share Earth food with our new friends, he said. Some of these foods might seem strange to you. They contain things that humans enjoy but might be unusual for Vexari. We have worked with your science team to make sure they are safe for you to try. Tull stood too. We are honored to join this meal. We will try everything that is safe for us. The first course was a small cup of cold soup. This is cucumber soup, Park explained. Very mild, a good start. The aliens tried it, dipping spoon-like tools into the green liquid. Their faces didn't show much, but their scales turned a pleasant light blue. It is cold, Mock said, surprised. You eat cold food on purpose? Some foods we eat hot, some cold, the chef explained. Temperature is part of the experience. The next course was a plate with small amounts of wasabi, kimchi, and spicy sauce. These are some of our spicy foods, Han said. The green paste is very strong, just try a tiny bit. The aliens touched their tongues to the wasabi. Drin's scales instantly turned bright red. Mock's made a strange whistling sound. Tull's eyes all blinked at once. It burns, Drin said. Yes. Park smiled. That's why we like it. You eat pain for pleasure? Mox asked, still whistling. The burn releases endorphins in our brains, Dr. Lee explained. It makes us feel good after the pain passes. The aliens tried the kimchi next more carefully. This time they seemed to like it better. The burning is slower, Tull noted. And there are other flavors. Kimchi is fermented, the chef said. Bacteria help create the taste. You use bacteria in food? Mox asked. Deliberately. Many of our foods use good bacteria, Han explained. Cheese, yogurt, kimchi, soy sauce, all made with helpful microbes. The aliens talked quickly in their language. Mox kept checking his scanner. The meal continued. The Vexari couldn't try coffee or chocolate. Their tests showed those would be truly dangerous for them. But they watched in wonder as the humans enjoyed these poisons. You drink that every morning? Drin asked, as Han sipped his coffee. Many humans can't start their day without it, Han admitted. By the end of the meal, the mood was relaxed and friendly. The aliens had found several Earth foods they could eat safely. They especially liked rice and certain vegetables. As dessert was served, fruit for the aliens, chocolate for the humans. Ambassador Tull stood again. Tonight has taught us much about humans, he said. You are not just strong. You are adaptable. You have turned things that should be dangers into pleasures. You have made friends with tiny life forms to create food. You find joy in strange places. He raised his glass of water. I will tell the council that humans do not just survive. They make survival into an art. They do not just resist poison, they ask for its recipe. Everyone raised their glasses. The room felt warm with friendship. After the aliens left, Han, Kim, and Park sat alone in the empty dining room. That went well, Park said, tired but happy. Better than I hoped, Han agreed. When Tull told me they gave us cleaning chemicals for dinner last night, I thought we were in trouble. Kim laughed. Instead, we made friends by eating their cleaning products and asking for more. Humanity in a nutshell, Park said. Give us poison, we'll make candy out of it. The next day would bring more meetings. There was still much to learn about each other. But that night, for the first time since the alien ship landed, Han Jun slept without dreams. Earth had passed its first test. 1 week after the dinners, a new ship arrived. It was bigger than the first one, with glowing symbols on its side. It floated above the city, casting a shadow over Seoul. Han Jun watched from his office window. His phone rang. Dr. Han, said a voice he didn't know. This is General Park from the Defense Ministry. What's happening? I don't know, Han admitted. The Vexari didn't tell us about a new ship. The door opened and Kim Dae rushed in. 5 more ships just appeared in orbit, she said. They just showed up on our radar. Han felt cold. Had all the good feelings from the dinners been fake? Was this an invasion? His computer beeped with a message from the Vexari ship. Dr. Han, please come to the landing field at once. Bring Ms. Kim and Professor Park. The council has arrived. Tull. The 3 Koreans rode to the landing field in a military car. Soldiers lined the road. News helicopters flew overhead. The whole world was watching again. At the field, Tull waited for them. His scales were a dark blue, almost black. What's happening? Han asked. The High Council came early, Tull said. His voice sounded tight. They will decide Earth's fate today. I thought we had more time, Kim said. So did I, Tull admitted. Something has made them hurry. A beam of light shot down from the big ship. 7 tall figures appeared in the light. They were not Vexari. Each one looked different from the others. The 7 species of the High Council, Tull explained. They rule the galactic community. The 7 aliens walked toward them. The one in front looked like a tall human with silver skin and no hair. Next to it walked something like a giant furry spider. Behind them came a cloud of floating lights. A short, heavy creature with stone-like skin. A tall, thin being made of what looked like glass. a blue creature with 4 arms, and a small reptile, riding on a floating chair. The silver one spoke first. I am High Counselor Vex. We have come to meet these humans. Han bowed. Welcome to Earth. I am Dr. Han Jun. The council members looked at him with different sets of eyes, some with many more than 2. None of them bowed back. Ambassador, Tull has sent interesting reports, said the spider-like one. He says humans eat poison for pleasure. We eat things that might be poison to other species, Han explained. But they are not poison to us. And you asked for the recipe to Zoltar essence, said the floating lights in a voice that sounded like bells. Yes, Park said with a smile. It was interesting. The 7 council members looked at each other. Some made sounds or movements that might have been their way of talking. We would like to see your world, Vex said. Show us your cities, your food, your people. For the next few hours, Han, Kim, and Park took the council members on a tour. They went to markets, restaurants, parks, and museums. Everywhere they went, people stared and took pictures. At a street food market, the council watched humans eating spicy rice cakes, drinking soju, and enjoying ice cream. You eat frozen food? Asked the stone creature, sounding shocked. And very hot food, Han said. And spicy food that burns. We enjoy many sensations. Strange, said the glass being. Its voice sounded like wind through trees. They went to a coffee shop. The smell made the small reptile alien cover its face. That is a dangerous stimulant, it said. Yet children drink it here. Not children, Park explained. But yes, many adults drink it every day. On my world, that amount would kill everyone in this room, said the 4-armed blue alien. Han was beginning to understand why the aliens found humans so scary. At a kimchi factory, they showed the council how Koreans fermented vegetables with bacteria. You grow microbes on purpose? Asked Vex, looking disturbed. And then eat them? The bacteria help preserve the food and make it tasty, Park explained. The council members made more strange sounds to each other. By late afternoon, they returned to the landing field. The 7 council members stood in a circle talking in ways the humans couldn't understand. Tull stood nearby, his scales changing colors rapidly. Finally, Vex approached Han. We have reached a decision, the silver alien said. Han held his breath. Next to him, Kim stood straight and tall. Park bit her lip. Humans are unusual, Vex said. You live in ways that would kill other species. Your bodies can handle toxins that would destroy other worlds. Your habits would be dangerous if you traveled to other planets without care. Han felt his heart sink. It sounded like bad news. But, Vex continued, you are also kind. You share your food even though it might hurt others. You warn us of dangers. You do not try to hide your strength. The spider alien stepped forward. Most importantly, you are curious. When faced with something new, you want to understand it, not fear it. Even when that something tried to poison you, added the floating lights with a sound like laughing bells. Han looked at Tull, who was now a bright purple color that Han had never seen before. The council has voted, Vex announced. Earth will be invited to join the galactic community with special conditions. The 3 humans smiled at each other. Kim even wiped a tear from her eye. What conditions? Han asked. First, humans must learn about other species before visiting their worlds, said the stone creature. You must know what might harm them. Second, you must share your special ability to handle toxins, said the glass being. There are dead worlds no one can clean. Perhaps humans can help. Third, you must teach us your recipes, said the small reptile. Some of us wish to try your kimchi. Park laughed out loud. She couldn't help it. We accept these conditions, Han said formally. The council members did something that might have been a bow. We will send teachers, Vex said, and scientists, and cooks. The galaxy has many flavors humans have never tried. And we will share our flavors too, Han promised. As the council prepared to leave, Tull approached Han one last time. You know, the Vexari said. When I first tried to make you uncomfortable with our food, I never imagined it would end like this. How did you imagine it would end? Han asked. with humans proving too dangerous to join us, Tull admitted. I was wrong. The best discoveries often start with mistakes, Han said with a smile. Later that night, Han, Kim, and Park sat on the roof of the Welcome Center. Above them, the alien ships glowed like new stars in the sky. So, Kim said, sipping her soju, we saved the world by eating alien cleaning products and asking for seconds, and by being polite about it, Park added. Han looked up at the stars. Tomorrow, we start planning for humans to join the galaxy. There will be so much to learn, so many new foods to try. And so many new foods to share, Park said. I wonder what they'll think of hot peppers on other worlds, Kim mused. Han smiled. One thing is sure. Humans will make friends across the galaxy the same way we always have, by breaking bread together, even if that bread would kill anyone else. They laughed and raised their glasses to the stars. A new chapter was beginning for Earth, and it started with dinner. 1 year had passed since the alien ships first came to Earth. The world had changed in that time. In Seoul, a new building stood tall against the sky. It was half Earth design, half alien, with curves and angles that shouldn't work together but somehow did. A sign at the front said Galactic Embassy in many languages, including Korean and English. Han Jun walked through the doors, nodding to the guards. Some were human, some were Vixari. They all knew him well by now. Inside, the main hall was busy. Aliens from 12 different worlds walked among humans. Scientists talked with scientists. Business people made deals. Tourists took pictures. Han went up to his office on the 10th floor. Kim Dae was already there wearing her new uniform. She was now head of the Earth Defense Cooperation Team, working with aliens to keep Earth safe. Ready for the big day? She asked. As ready as I'll ever be, Han replied. He looked out the window at the city. 5 alien ships could be seen in the distance, parked in special areas. Smaller ships flew between them like busy insects. There was a knock at the door. Park Sun came in, followed by Ambassador Tull. The Vexari's scales were bright blue today, a happy color. The ceremony starts in 1 hour, Park said. The president just arrived, and 3 more council members. Han nodded. Today was a big day. After a year of work, the first human ship would leave for the stars. It carried scientists, diplomats, and cooks from Earth. They would visit 3 alien worlds to start new friendships. Is the ship ready? Han asked. Yes, Kim said. All systems checked. The Vexari tech works perfectly with ours. And the special cargo? Han asked with a smile. 40 types of kimchi, Park laughed. Plus coffee, chocolate, and spices from every continent. Enough to make friends across the galaxy. Tull made his huffing laugh. Who would have thought? The foods that made us fear humans are now your best ambassadors. They went down to the launch area behind the building. A ship waited there, silver and white. It wasn't very big, but it didn't need to be. It could travel faster than light, thanks to alien technology that humans were still learning to understand. A crowd had gathered to watch. Officials in suits stood near the front. TV cameras pointed at the ship. The president waited on a small stage. Han, Kim, Park, and Tull joined the officials on the stage. The president gave a short speech about friendship and new beginnings. Then it was Han's turn to speak. He looked out at the crowd, feeling the weight of the moment. 1 year ago, he began, we met our first visitors from beyond Earth. They came to test us to see if humans were safe to know. They even tried to poison us at dinner. The crowd laughed. The story was famous now. But instead of getting sick, we asked for the recipe. That simple act showed something important about humans. We are curious, we try new things. We look for the good even in what might seem bad. He turned to the ship. Today we send our first team to the stars. They carry with them Earth's greatest treasures, our foods, our music, our art, and most importantly, our desire to learn and share. They will visit worlds we once only dreamed about. As he finished his speech, the crew of the ship came forward. 20 people from different countries, all wearing blue uniforms with Earth's new symbol. A circle with a tree inside representing life. Han knew each one. They had trained together for months. The captain, a woman named Li Min, stepped forward to shake Han's hand. "Good luck," he said. "We'll make Earth proud," she promised. The crew boarded the ship. Doors closed. Engines started, with a low hum that felt more like music than machinery. Everyone moved back. The ship rose slowly at first, then faster. It was soon just a bright dot in the sky, then nothing at all. "They'll reach the Vixari homeworld in 3 days," Tull said. "My family is excited to meet them." After the ceremony, there was a party. It was both a celebration for the ship launch and the 1-year anniversary of first contact. The large hall of the embassy was filled with food tables. Human foods on one side, alien foods on the other. Han walked around, trying a bit of everything. Some alien foods still tasted strange to him. Some he truly enjoyed. His favorite was a red fruit from the Vexari world that tasted like cinnamon and lemon together. Park joined him carrying a plate with blue soup, the Zoltar essence that had started everything. "It still makes my tongue tingle," she said after a sip. "But I like it now." Kim came over with 3 glasses of champagne. "A toast," she said, "to poison becoming friendship." They laughed and drank. Around them, humans and aliens talked, ate, and shared stories. It wasn't always easy. There were still misunderstandings. Some foods had to be kept separate for safety. But they were learning. Later that night, Han stood on the roof of the embassy. The stars seemed brighter now that he knew what was out there. Tull joined him. "What are you thinking about?" the alien asked. "I'm thinking about food," Han said. "About how the things we eat shape who we are." "On my world, we eat things that never change," Tull said. "Safe things, known things. It makes us careful." "On Earth, we eat things that challenge us," Han replied. "Spicy, sour, bitter, strange. It makes us adaptable." "Together we can be both careful and adaptable," Tull said. "A good recipe needs balance." Han smiled at that. "A good recipe. I like that way of thinking about it." They stood quietly for a while, watching the stars. "The Council has a new job for you," Tull said finally. "If you're interested." "What kind of job?" "There's a planet called Deros. Nothing can live there. Now too many toxic metals in the soil. But humans might be able to help clean it." "With our strange biology," Han said, understanding. "Yes. And then perhaps both our peoples could live there. A shared world." "I'll think about it," Han promised. As they turned to go back inside, Han had a thought. "You know, when your ship first landed, everyone was afraid. We thought you might want to conquer us or destroy us. And we thought you might be too dangerous to join the galaxy," Tull replied. "But all it took was dinner to change everything." Tull's scales turned a warm purple color. Food has power. The next morning, Han called a meeting with Kim and Park. "How do you feel about visiting a toxic planet?" he asked them. "Sounds dangerous," Kim said. "I'm in." "Will there be new foods to try?" Park asked with a smile. "Probably foods that would kill anyone but us," Han laughed. "Then I'm in too," Park decided. Han looked at his friends and felt lucky. They had faced the unknown together and found friendship. Now they would do it again. "The ship leaves next month," he told them. "We'll be the first humans to live on an alien world." "Will we have a kitchen there?" Park asked. "I want to try making kimchi with alien vegetables." "Of course," Han said. "After all, the best way to make friends is still to share a meal, even if that meal might be poison to someone else." And so, as one journey ended, another began. Earth's place among the stars was growing, one recipe at a time.